have a quite a long journey. I started in 2006 as a model, and for a while I was a model on Live Jasmin. It was a bit different back then, but I really liked it as a platform. Um, in 2007, I started as a studio manager, but back then it wasn't very, being a studio manager implied a lot of things, including being a trainer. So we didn't have, like we have now, different departments with such a large, I don't know, staff team. It was very different, but for me it was amazing because I was able to, go to all the jobs in the studio. I was a trainer, I was a tech support, I was a hashtag manager, I was a photographer. So lately, when I became for real a studio manager, and for a couple of years, I've been the general manager for a group of studios. They had Jasmin as an exclusive site, exclusive partner. So I was in very close connection with Jasmin and everything related to it. In 2016, actually, I put on hold the studio world, let's say, and I started a new project. I was the event manager for Bucharest Summit. Yeah, it's one, maybe not one, I think it's the best cam event in the world at this point. And in 2018, I decided to start my own business. So I founded Models for Models.
Incredible. Yeah.
And since then, we celebrate 5 years this month. So I'm really happy that I'm here, and I'm really happy and, I don't know, grateful for everything that all those years, brought me. A lot of experience, a lot of challenges that I turn into opportunities, a lot of things.
That's incredible. Yeah, it sounds like each phase of your career was leading you into the next phase
Yes.
and preparing you for the next phase.
I never gave up of the industry. So it started, when it came to me the idea that I should have my own business. It was naturally, because after all those years, it came like this. It was an obvious thing to do.
And when you have such a strong foundation, like you mentioned, doing so many aspects in the industry, you were a model, you were a trainer, you did tech support, you did so many things that it makes it easier for you probably to run a successful business because you understand each part. I really always think that's such an important part of any business or career is, even if you're not doing all of the tasks, to know how to or to understand that role is really important.
It
Yeah.
is, because we speak the same language. I mean, for me, knowing exactly what a tech support should take care of and how the lights should look, or the image on the stream, it's very important. I have maybe some issues with the new things, like, I don't know, now we have in the studio new jobs, new people taking care of, I don't know, marketing, TikTok. So I haven't adapted that fast, but I'm trying, I'm doing my best. And when I face this and I understand that we need this in the studio, I was very open to bring people that know more than I do, because I always thought this is a smart thing to do for your business, to hire people for some jobs that are smarter than you.
Yes, yes, that is one of the keys to success. I feel like I've heard either Elon Musk or someone say, you want to hire people that are, or maybe Mark Cuban, that are smarter than you. And that's how you build a great business. What do you think has kept you in this industry for so long? What led you here? Like, what do you love so much about it?
Like I told you before, I always love the challenges that were brought to me in this industry, but also I love the fact that I managed to turn them into something positive. Also, working with so many models during all these years um, show me that it's very fulfilling for someone that can have these powers, and we as studio owners, as studio managers, can have this, I don't know if power, but have these things to bring a positive impact on someone's life. I've seen along the time so many models that I don't know, decided to join this industry having some financial problems or personal problems. And seeing them succeeding and changing their lives in a positive way. And for us being there, you know, supporting all this, it was amazing and still is. And that's why, you know, Romania, it's still a country where this industry, this kind of job, it's still under stigma, unfortunately. Of course, things change like from 10 years ago or even 5 years ago. The big studios, and we have some very big studios here in Romania that understood that doing this in a very professional way and treating it like a serious business will help the industry. And slowly, the society is changing, and they are looking at this kind of jobs, this kind of way of entertaining in a different way. So this is good. Um, I don't know, the fact that the models are now more open to post on their social media that they are cam models. It's really nice to see this kind of change, and it helps maybe the new models or even the people that are not directly connected to the industry to understand that, hey, it's a normal job, it's a normal lifestyle, it's something that these people do, it's a business. I mean, for me also, but why did you choose this? It's a business. It's, I'm treating it like any other business.
I love that. I love that you notice like over the last few years, models are even willing to post more and express more that they are models and they have pride in what they do.
Like you said, the industry changed so much. I mean, the also the technology helped. When I started, there was we hardly had like the ability to have cam to cam, or to, you know, to hear the member, or even for the member to hear us. Now we are talking about mobile streaming, like from everywhere. A lot of interactive features. So all these made the user experience better and better, because this is what we do. We have, we as studios have to create a very nice environment for the models, so the models also can create a very good experience for the users. We have a we have this in common.
That's incredible. It's interesting when you mentioned that when you first started, which was in 2006, so that would
Yes.
be 17 years ago. Yeah. That there wasn't even, you could barely hear, the members and model could barely hear each other and
Yeah,
connect
was
that way.
basically texting. The model, the user could see the model, obviously, but all the interaction and communication was just, you know, by texting.
Written, interesting.
Mhm.
One thing that I know I'm sure you're very aware of, and what I've myself really seen so clearly from interviewing so many models members of Live Jasmin and, studio owners like you, is that so much of this industry is really truly about relationship and connection. And the models are providing, they're filling some need of the member. I'm with different members, it's different what they need, but some form of a connection or intimacy need is being filled. Do you feel like the models and members are connecting on a much more deep level now because of the technology? Or do you feel like the connection was just as deep all those years ago when it was just texting?
Uh, I don't know. I don't really think that the level of, emotional connection changed too much. What really changed was, I don't know, the platforms made it somehow easier. But definitely, when a Jasmine user is joining the site, or he remains as a member for years, he is attracted by this interaction, by this exchange of emotions. We are not talking just about the adult part, because everybody knows you can find a lot of free adult content all over the internet. So it's not about that. It's about having the feeling you are listened, having the feeling you have friends, even if it's virtual. You'll never meet that girl or you'll never meet that person, but it's what you need at that point.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's beautiful. The fact that actually, even, almost 20 years ago, the bonding that took place was still just as deep and as intense, even with the communication barriers of, barely able to hear each other. And I'm sure the connection breaking off because the internet just was not as strong or good. Um,
Yeah,
but
basically was the same, because we knew everything about the users we were talking to.
yeah.
I mean, it was the same. We had so many infos, and we were talking like hours and hours and hours, day by day. It was intense, it was the same, but the results didn't change. Just the way we do it, because now it's easier. It's much easier. We have all the tools in the world to, I don't know.
Yeah. So it sounds like what you're saying is the depth of the relationship stayed the same, but now, due to technology, maybe models are able to connect faster and make that relationship happen sooner than maybe what it was before. Maybe it took a little bit longer to really get to know the member, but now, since the member can spend the day with you as you're working and
Of
driving and,
course.
yeah.
Imagine that when we were just texting, you should describe everything, even the
Yes.
sound of your voice. It
Oh,
was very
wow.
hard, but yes, you had to have like a huge creativity, because you had to describe everything, to describe the sound of your voice, the smell of your perfume, everything. Now, at least he can hear you, or you can show the I don't know, uh, the way you are when you're taking a shower, or when you're having a coffee outside on a terrace. So you don't have to describe as much, that's for sure, because things are very visual.
Yes. Wow. Thank you so much for that description. And that's why I actually really enjoy having interviews with people like you who have different experiences in the industry and have seen the industry through different changes and times, because yeah, it gives a really valuable insight that's really cool to see. Um, and obviously, this industry has worked for you, from model to trainer in many jobs, and now studio owner, which is such an accomplishment. And that's actually one of my favorite things.
Fortunately, we don't have so many women in this position, at least here in Romania. But the ones that are very strong women, they are fantastic. And actually, I'm working on this because this year, hopefully by the end of the year, we're gonna open another studio that will be in a partnership with a former model, but also she's a person that I'm working with for a very long time. So we're gonna have another one.
Incredible. Congratulations. Yeah. I think you said it was your 5-year anniversary for your business, right? Yeah. Congratulations on that as well.
Models for models.
Yes. That's actually one of my favorite things about this industry that I see is that it really, I mean, it empowers the people that are part of it, but it specifically really empowers women to take control of their lives and their finances and where they want to go. Um, I'm sure it was through your connections in the industry, your finances that you built from the industry, that you were able to open your own business. And that is incredible. And it's just inspiring to see so many women take control of their lives in that way, you know?
Yes, and here in this studio we have a lot of examples, and obviously when we have the chance, we're talking to the new models and let them know our story, because our motto is write your own story. And I always tell them, you have the possibility and you have the chance to write your own successful story, because if I could do it, and Adriana could do it, my colleague, and Irina, and I don't know, I give a lot of examples. You can do it too, so it's your chance. So I think, yes, I think it can be inspiring.
For those that don't understand or know, what exactly do you do as a studio owner? What does that mean?
First, I come to work every day. That's a rule. What I do, I basically, I'm in charge of all the departments. In the studio, we have a few. We have the training, which is very important. We have amazing trainers in our team with a lot of experience. So I'm connected with them almost every day to see exactly what we can do. So the models can improve their earnings, their, I don't know, moral, everything. Then we have the tech support department. We have the content department. We have social media department, HR. We have the beauty department, which is quite large. So the models can always look like sharp. Um, so this is what I'm doing every day. I'm connected to my team. I talk to the models also because they need also, my advice. When they ask, I'm always there for them. And then all the, I don't know, legal part, representing the studio with all the partners, with all the authorities. It's not easy, but it's not, impossible for sure. I'm doing it. I'm very happy to do it every day. Um, this is how I would describe one day of my life. And then when I go home, I try to, stay away a little bit from work, because I'm also a mother, I'm a wife, and they need me in good shape.
I love that. That's actually really inspiring to see. And what a good role model for your models to see that, there are women that can have it all. Like you're running a business, you have your studio, your business, and you have been successful. And then when you go home, you focus on your family. You are married, you have children.
I think it is possible. Of course, I always had a huge support from this point of view from my family. But as long as you know you are focused on your work, I've always been very focused, and I work hard for sure. But I always like the result, and I like the industry and everything that offers.
I love that. Tell me about your partnership with Jasmin.
When I decided to have Jasmin as a partner, you know, I had a lot of experience with Jasmin. I told you the studio that I manage and the group, the studios that I manage, they used to be exclusive partners. They had Jasmin as an exclusive partner, so I knew a lot of things about Jasmin and also Jasmin about me. So we knew each other as business partners. And also during the summit, we had an excellent business relationship. So it was normal to have Jasmin as our partners. And I knew that Jasmin had what I was looking for in a business partner. I don't know what to start with because the list is like huge. I'll try to remember everything that brought me here in this partnership. But of course, one of the things that influenced my decision was the fact that with Jasmin, we had access to a very large audience. So that Jasmin, it's a very well-known site. They have like significant user database. So for me, was a very good point to have my models there, to have access to all this audience, to have visibility, and that was equal to profitability for my business. So that was one. Then, of course, Jasmin always had an amazing team. And I'm not talking just about the fact that we have support 24/7 and we have account managers that are going above and beyond to help us. But the entire Jasmin team, because I was lucky enough to meet a lot of them. And some of them are really inspiring and so professional and so hardworking. So for me, it was like very easy to be in a partnership with such an amazing team with so great people. Also, the fact that obviously was a very trustworthy partner. I mean, it's very important in a business relationship to trust each other, to trust your partner, and to expect to deliver what they promised. So we always had this with Jasmin, and it was very important. What I really love, and maybe I should have started with that, was we have such a clear communication. I mean, we have um, often meetings during the events. And not only we have video calls with our account managers, with the management. We get reports. We get everything we need in order to improve our performance on the site. So it's amazing. We can have access for so many data from the site, and we can present to our models, to our trainers, so we can improve our business. So we offer each other like feedback in a very constructive way, and it's really nice. It's really good for a business partnership. Plus, Jasmin always never stopped improving. So they made things better for the models. I told you, if the models are happy, it's this way. If the models are happy and they have a good mood and a good work environment, and the platforms treats them well, they will treat the users the same way.
Which is beneficial for everyone. Yes. Yeah, I'm curious, from as a studio owner, those are really important benefits and aspects of having a partnership with any partner. The things you named are foundational to a good partnership: trust, communication, clear support. And of course, it's true, Jasmin and the company that owns Jasmin is constantly evolving and improving and keeping up with the times.
Yeah.
Have you seen Jasmin and this platform empower your models to live the life they want to live?
Of course. Of course. What I really like about Jasmine is that they really put out there the lifestyle of the models. Um, and it's normal because as studios we do the same. Of course, when we first talk to a model, we present the all the aspects of the job, everything. So she can choose having all the infos. Um, but let's be honest, one of the great aspects of being a CAP model is that you become financially independent. And with this, a lot of things. You feel empowered, you feel important, your self-esteem increases exponentially, I would say, because every day you are treated in such a good way by members, by the studio, by the site. Uh, all the models that attend, I don't know, the events that are throwing, Jasmine is throwing like amazing parties, Jasmine Academy, where they are treated so nice. Um, of course, they have to be inspired, and they are inspired by this. And of course, they want to be part of the Jasmine team. They want to be part of the top models because all the actions from Jasmine and from us as studios help this.
Is there one story that stands out to you where you had a model that was maybe going through a hard time financially or in her life, and through her career on Jasmin, she completely, like Cinderella, turned her life around and
You
just,
have no idea. Yes.
right? Yeah. Is there just one, like maybe one of your favorites or one that just comes to mind
Yeah,
that really
I
touched?
have a lot of stories, and I cannot say, I don't know, it's my favorite because they all are,
Yeah.
obviously. But I will tell you about this model. Um, when she started as a cam model, she was in a very, very difficult situation. Um, she had some family issues. She could not afford, she was not even from Bucharest. She lived in a city like 60 kilometers, 70 kilometers from Bucharest. For her, it was very hard to come to the studio every day and be, fresh in front of the camera. So her family situation was very bad, financially and not only. And she started working on Jasmine. She became very successful, but not immediately. But she worked so hard. Believe me, there were days when she was on like for 12, 14 hours. She really wanted to, succeed, and she had all our support. And she was a very, very successful model in the end. I don't know. I won't say exact amounts, but
You can, because we don't know who she is.
wow, she was a model that was constantly winning like 30K per month, 40K per month. So for Romania, that's a lot of money. I think for, I don't know, for all the countries, that's a very big amount.
Yes.
And at some point, she changed her career with the money that that she won. Of course, she arranged everything at home. Her family was in a stable financial situation, and she invested in her courses for becoming a pilot.
Oh.
And now she's a pilot.
Oh, that's incredible.
It is. It is. And I had the chance to fly with her one time to Barcelona, and I was like, oh my God. And she was so happy to see me, and she's always been so grateful for everything we've done for her and help her and give her, some things that she needed when she really needed. But also she returned it, with her hard work, with her attitude. So
That's beautiful. Yeah, that's a really beautiful story of, you know, like you said, you guys showed up for her at a time when she really needed it. And you were rewarded through her hard work and her positivity and her earnings and and the relationship that I'm sure formed. That was a beautiful one. And then
it was,
yeah,
it still is. I mean, we are still, texting from time to time for birthday or for, I don't know, holidays. It's not,
yeah, that's beautiful. Like these relationships, that's one of my favorite things about this industry. And specifically, I think Live Jasmine has done a good job of really honing in on relationship and nurturing relationships. Certainly, that's the priority on the platform. That's how a lot of models make most of their money is through members that they have a relationship with. And you see it even in how you mentioned people that work for Jasmine and how they've always provided a really good relationship to the partners. And um, your story with this model, it's like family, it's like work family, industry family, where you'll know them forever.
yeah, especially now. Imagine when I started my business, some of the people that I used to work in the past joined my studio, and now I have people that I work with like more than 10 years. I have Adriana, she's the manager of the studio, and I know her for, I don't know, 16 years. So we are like family. We
Absolutely.
are like family. I, this weekend I'm going to attend a wedding of a former model. She used to work with us, I don't know, 10 years. She's not a model anymore, but I'm there for her on her big day.
Yeah, yeah, and that again, because you impacted her life so much. And that's what I mean, like these beautiful and lifelong relationships that develop. And then the models are, I love hearing the story. You're going to someone's wedding, obviously she found love. Or in the story you just shared about the model who set her life up and now she's pursuing her passion of being a pilot, which is incredible. Like that's
Also, there are like very few women that have this job.
yeah,
So it's impressive.
incredible. Yeah, thank you for sharing those
This is
stories.
another, this is another thing that some people always say, oh, you're a camel, you're no better than that. That's all you can do. No, it's just maybe a phase. When I do this, I learn a lot of things, I change, I develop as a person, and then I go there and I change the world in a way.
And even the work as a cam model is changing the world, because it's like I've interviewed members who have told me that they were suicidal, and just having the platform and knowing that there was always someone they could talk to was comforting for them. And it gave them enough comfort to kind of get them through a hard time. I know for a fact that this industry has probably saved more lives than what people are talking about.
And not just lives. Yeah, this is very important, of course. but not just life. It saved relationships
Yes.
also, because they found a place where they can express their sexuality, or they can talk, and they were listened about, even about their relationship, and they understood things. They were able to express their feelings. So I think a lot of care models were very positive things for someone, relationship, marriage,
Yes.
whatever. So yeah, a lot of positive things.
Absolutely.
Education also, because uh, many sexual subject topics are talked on the platform, and you know a lot of things come from that. One is sexual education from both sides, because once someone learns to express freely, they found the place where they can express freely. They can ask questions. They don't feel judged, and it's very important. Also, I don't know, the platforms and Jasmin also became a safe place for diversity, all kind of bodies, all kind of I don't know, skin colors, all kind of sexual orientation. So I see a lot of positive things.
Absolutely. Yeah, those are really good points. Thank you for bringing that up about, too, as you mentioned, the education where members are able to explore themselves and learn different things, and models also get the chance to explore and learn from each other and figure out, what do I like? What do I not like? And that's a luxury that I'm realizing many people, just your average person in the world, has not felt inspired or safe enough or encouraged to explore themselves sexually. And as the research is showing, it's a huge part of who we are as people. So we're literally cutting ourselves off from a part of ourselves when we do not explore or honor our sexual needs.
Yes. And
Yeah.
for the models also, because a lot of them say, I knew nothing about me. I knew nothing about my sexuality. I knew nothing about my power of seduction. I knew nothing how to put myself out there as a woman. Even, okay, I'm done with the studio. I finish my shift. I pack and I go home. And they learn how to be better women in their relationships. So it's good.
Absolutely. I always say, you can learn how to be a seductress from this industry. And what woman doesn't want to be a seductress? We all want to seduce, whether it's our husband, our boyfriend, or the world, whatever. We want to seduce. I'm sorry, you can't tell me that you don't want to seduce. Like,
We are living in this society where my husband has access to a lot of things,
yep.
information, content. I need to keep up.
It's
uh,
true.
and I mean it's the same for everyone. I cannot, I need to be seductive in a way.
Mhm.
Otherwise, the relationship will not work, because this is how the society is right now.
Yeah,
We need efforts from both sides. Otherwise, it becomes boring, and we don't want that.
exactly. Exactly. I want to ask you, you're someone who's worked, as we've mentioned, so many different aspects of this industry, including being a model, and now you own a studio. From your perspective as a studio owner and a former model, what is the benefit and purpose of having a studio? Because there are models, as you know, that are like, well, I don't want to share any of my earnings. So I'm not going to go with the studio.
Yeah. Some of the things I think we covered, but like I told you, they have to choose first to work in a studio. And if I'm there to convince them, if I can say this, I would be very transparent about everything that implies the job and everything that requires. But obviously, I will have a strong position on the benefits because we've talked before. It brings you self-esteem. It brings you, I don't know, personal development. It brings you financial independence. Uh, but in a studio, you have more than that. You have like an army of people being there for you, doing everything for you, so you can focus on being there for the users. I mean, we use social media for them. They have here makeup artists, they have hairstylists, they have very, very good trainers, they have tech support 24/7, they have therapists, we have psychologists that the models can talk in private session about their personal life, about their professional life, about everything. Uh, I don't know, we offer them financial education. And that's a very important aspect too, because it's easier, very easy to become independent from this point of view, but you have to know exactly how to use it, because otherwise you're gonna lose it very, very fast. Um, you have a very nice working environment because we invested a lot in our studio, in the rooms, in the places where they can relax. I don't know, we take care of a legal part, so they can only focus on being in a good mood, in being okay in front of the camera. Because
That's
we work very hard on that. Like I told you, every member of my staff used to be a model. That's unique. We are just women. That's important. The studio it's for only from women, but also from former models. So they all have the expertise. They all have things to share. I wanted to have a place where the models can join and not face the challenges that I used to when I use a model or my colleagues used to. So we try to do everything much, much easier for them.
I really like, and even your studio name, Models for Models. I do think that there's something really valuable and important to having someone as part of staff who knows the job. Because when you're working really hard, but there's someone around you managing or whatever the case is that doesn't understand what your job entails, it can be quite frustrating. But when you have people who have done the job and they know how draining it can be, they know exactly what's needed to keep the model comfortable in that role so that she really can give her best, that is so valuable.
It is. Plus is the empathy. I mean,
Yes.
you know, when models come to the office, talk to a trainer or with me, and she tells me, I don't know, today I'm having a bad day. I don't feel like being online. I can understand that because
Mhm.
I've been there too. I had my bad days, and I knew that being there and not being okay will not help me. So I'd rather go home, and I tell her, okay, go home, or I don't know, in a place where you feel good. Go to a spa, go to a pool, go to a terrace, have a cocktail, relax, talk to yourself, listen some good music, I don't know, read a book, and come back tomorrow when you feel better. because it's going to be better for you, for us, for the users.
I love that.
And we try as much as possible, giving them the opportunities not to be just in front of the camera. We create a lot of events for them to meet even with the industry. When we're talking about the camp summits, we invite the models to attend the seminars, the parties, to know how great and how big the industry is, and it's not just being in front of the camera and talking to the members. So they feel empowered. Yeah, well, I'm here. I see the, I don't know, CEO of Jasmin. He's here with us at the party. Amazing. Or our account manager. Finally, I'm able to meet in person. So it's very important for them to have activities different than being online or things that we usually do in the studio.
What are your thoughts on foreign models?
What is amazing is that I had a conversation. I think I was in an event in United States, and I had the chance to meet a few models from US. And I was so amazed about how different they are from the Romanian models. And I said, wow, if I am to create a perfect model, I would put like the entertainment part of the US models, because they are amazing from this point of view, and how they manage to have a very, very creative and very, full room all the time. uh, I will mix maybe with the hardworking part of the Romanian models, because let's be honest, they work a lot. I, and I will add also, of course, some beauty, because Romanians are really beautiful, and the sensuality and how, um, I don't know, I would say the sensuality and the beauty of the Latin American models. So that would be a perfect model.
I
uh,
agree completely. Yes, you know, I've thought the same thing. You know, in America, America is very entertainment and creative heavy. This is what Americans are known for.
yes,
And
and their mindset, they see that as a business. They invest time, they invest work, they have like team working for them. It's amazing. I really appreciate them for this, because they have a different mindset for sure.
it is, yes, a completely different mindset. Yes. And then, though, like you said, in Europe, most of the European models, they're much more willing to really put in those long hours and they're much more able to do it. Whereas in places like America, it's more challenging for the American models to put in those many hours. They're not used to that, you know, and the hard work of Romanian models. Yeah, absolutely. Like, um, and then like you said, that sensual, loving warmth from Latin
Exactly.
America, that warmth, that
Yeah.
fun, that yes, they exude that sensual energy. And yes, most of them are absolutely beautiful. And many Romanians are absolutely drop dead gorgeous too. But yeah, like you, I can't agree more with that. How you built the perfect model. I agree. My final question for you would just be, what is something you're the most grateful for right now?
Oh, I'm grateful for so many things. But if we're talking about, I don't know, professional situation, because obviously I'm so grateful that I'm healthy, that I'm able to, work, smile every day, um, spend time with my family, with my son, which I adore. But if I stop at the professional part, is that I never stop learning. I'm grateful that I understood that, and I never stopped learning, and I never gave up, because God, I did mistakes. lots of them, but I learned from them and I never gave up. And I said, okay, I'll do it again and I'll do it better.
Incredible. Thank you so much.
Um, you're welcome.